Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about why Bitcoin isn't a Ponzi scheme. I know that there's a lot of misinformation out there about Bitcoin, and I want to clear up some of the common misconceptions. A Ponzi scheme is a type of investment fraud where early investors are paid off with the money from new investors. This creates the illusion of high returns, but the scheme eventually collapses when there are no new investors to bring in more money. Why is Bitcoin not a Ponzi scheme? There are a few key reasons why Bitcoin is not a Ponzi scheme. All Bitcoin transactions are recorded on a public ledger called the blockchain. This means that anyone can see who is sending and receiving Bitcoin, and how much Bitcoin is being sent. This transparency makes it very difficult to run a Ponzi scheme with Bitcoin. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins in existence. This scarcity is what gives Bitcoin value. In a Ponzi scheme, the value of the investment is based on the number of new investors who come in. However, with Bitcoin, the value is based on the limited supply. Bitcoin is not controlled by any government or financial institution. This means that it is not possible for a single person or group of people to manipulate the Bitcoin market. In a Ponzi scheme, the scammer needs to be in control of the investment in order to keep the scheme running. In addition to the points above, there are a few other things to keep in mind when considering whether or not Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme. Bitcoin has real-world utility. Bitcoin can be used to purchase goods and services from a growing number of merchants. This means that Bitcoin has intrinsic value, unlike the investments in Ponzi schemes, which are typically worthless. Bitcoin is backed by a strong community. There is a large and active community of Bitcoin developers, users, and investors. This community is committed to the success of Bitcoin, and it is unlikely to allow a Ponzi scheme to thrive within it. Bitcoin is a new technology. Bitcoin is still in its early stages of development, and it is possible that vulnerabilities will be discovered in the future. However, the Bitcoin community is constantly working to improve the security of the network. Overall, there is no evidence to suggest that Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme. It is a unique and innovative financial instrument with the potential to revolutionize the way we think about money. However, it is important to note that Bitcoin is a high-risk investment. The price of Bitcoin can fluctuate wildly, and there is always the possibility of losing money. If you are considering investing in Bitcoin, it is important to do your own research and understand the risks involved. It is also worth noting that there have been a number of scams and fraudulent projects in the cryptocurrency space. Some of these scams have involved Ponzi schemes. However, it is important to distinguish between Bitcoin itself and these scams. Bitcoin is a legitimate technology, but there are also bad actors who are trying to exploit it. Investors should always be careful where they invest their money, and they should never invest in something they do not fully understand.